Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Brad Tragic. Once again, crazy mofo that likes about everything. Um, been slacking. Probably one of the last videos you'll see of actually me. Like I said, every once in a while I might do one. Might come up with a segment that I can actually do. Just basically like on the fly. Um, but this is basically going to probably be one of the last ones you're going to actually see my face tonight. I got the night off until my 3 days off coming up here in a couple days. Um, but I'm going to come up with the picture today. That a lot of pictures for the programs or the shows I'm going to have here on YouTube. Hopefully, this will boost everything about Brad Tragic. So make sure to continue to check it out. Share Law Media will become something else. Had an epiphany. Found a website. So a lot of things are going to change on the website. Hopefully, this will make me get motivated to keep going with this. I don't have very many reviews right now. I think I have like five anyway. But for the five that do watch, if you do watch, um, please continue. Please tell people about me. Like I said, this is something that I want to get going this year. 2012, the year of Brad Tragic. I really want this to be my year. Whether it be musically, whether it be YouTube shows, basically get my name out there. Um, I'm just trying to think of different ways to get out there. I know I got shirts and everything like that, and it could be for my channel. It could be for anything, but mainly it's for my music that my shirts are made. And I will start. I do have a booth at bonanza.com. Bonanza.com. Definitely check that out. Brad Tragic, look it up. I'm sure there's a way you can look it up. I don't know how. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get right into my crazy wrestling review. I did one last week at the beginning, at the start of this week, because I was like, hey, I scrapped it. And I'm like, I didn't even talk about Raw yet. I did it on a Monday morning, I think, and I was like, well, it's not even worth it because I'm going to talk about Raw. So right into it, Raw was amazing. 3 hour Raw. And I mean, there wasn't really that many. It was kind of like last week, where even though we had 3 hours of Raw, they still were lacking just that little bit of something. Like if they would have had another good match, they probably need about two good matches because they keep giving us filler crap, and I don't know why they keep doing this on Raw. It's like they got champions, they have all this, but yet they never defend it. They're never putting singles matches. They're not furthering any storyline. Really, I mean, really, they're not. They either haven't furthered the Cody Rhodes Big Show storyline, and I know it's like a SmackDown thing, but if they're doing the Super Show, they need to further at least the champions storylines or start new ones on Raw just to have on Raw. It just doesn't make any sense anymore on Raw. So this week we had to start off. They started off. Teddy Long came out, and they thought they were going to have the contract signing between Brock and Cena at the beginning. Um, and I'm not going to waste much time on this because it seemed like it was the most stupidest thing ever. It didn't really accomplish anything. So they didn't end up doing it because John Lennon said Brock's not here. Brock will do it on his terms because he is the face of the WWE, and we'll do it on his terms, not anyone else's. So jumping forward to the end of Raw, Brock comes out and does the interview, and John Cena I think is going to do, which he didn't even say anything, which was stupid. Because when John Cena eventually comes out later on, he should have said that, well, I decided to come out when I wanted to. There you go. Yes, I know I didn't get a haircut. I didn't mention that before. Um, it was crazy before. Um, but Brock, before that, before Cena comes out, he basically was being like the complete douchebag. He was like saying, I want all these demands met, or I will not wrestle at Extreme Rules. Basically pulling an Ultimate Warrior out of his handbook. Uh, I won't wrestle at Extreme Rules unless these demands are met. There's a lot of crazy things. I'm not going to go over them. I'm sure there's a video somewhere online you can find of what the demands were. Um, so it was pretty crazy. It was kind of dumb. And John Elias is like, he's biting his teeth, like getting mad during the whole time. Brock was taking this, but then in the end he stood up, shook his hand, and said, "Okay, all demands will be met." And I'm like, what? So I'm curious to see next week if Monday Night Raw says Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar because it'll supposed to happen. But if Brock loses, maybe not. Um, and then Cena proceeds just to come out. And he didn't really talk. They just did the dance around the table. And it didn't really make John Cena strong at all. That's why I don't understand. He was holding his old chain wrapped around his fist. That's all he was doing. So it's like he was still running from Brock Lesnar, basically. So who in the right mind thinks Cena's going to win is crazy. But he probably will. Somehow he will walk out the winner, and it will be really dumb. But I think there's going to be some fishiness abroad. Something's going to happen. I think something's going to happen, and I don't know, maybe start another feud. Somebody's going to come in and get mad. Maybe Josh Matthews is going to have a posse come after him at Extreme Rules. Which that leads me to that little segment. I'll go ahead and kill that segment and get out of the way. Brock Lesnar comes in about, after a couple matches on Raw. And he starts, and Josh Matthews is like, says all these questions. He's like, and he's like, and Lesnar's not responding. He's like, what would happen if John Cena would to defeat you at Extreme Rules? Would you still be the face of the WWE? And he basically gets slammed against a trailer, and then Lesnar lets go and walks off. As he slowly walks off, Josh Matthews behind him says, man, I'm just trying to do my job. And Lesnar gets all ferocious and like takes him and shoves him right through the freaking fake fence they have like off the side here. And it's like, what in the world? It's like, this is insane. Josh Matthews, the push of a lifetime. Anyway, but Raw started out with like kind of a well, it had a good match. Okay, I understand Jericho, Kofi, amazing. People say, yeah, amazing match. We've seen this before. We've seen this. I believe this is the third time they've ever had a match on Raw. I could be wrong, but tell me down below. If I have viewers, tell me down below if I'm wrong, because I don't think I'm wrong. They wrestled like 2 other times, and yeah, amazing matches that they have. Why not put them in a feud? Oh, that's a crazy idea. Why would they ever do that? Anyways, continue tonight. We got the return of the greatest tag team ever, The Big Show and the Great Khali. Yes, the greatest. Are they going to be tag team champions soon? Yeah. I honestly think what should happen, if they want to legitimize Epico and Primo again, Big Show drops the belt, back to Cody Rhodes. They defend the titles. They're getting the program with Big Show and Khali just for a short time. Have a match in the pay-per-view, and basically, win the match by cheating, and then after that, basically have them like brutally assault like all 4 guys, which I think Abraham is going to end up being with them. Abraham Washington, I don't really know much about the guy. Like I said, I kind of missed some of the wrestling like a couple years ago, so I kind of missed everything with NXT and everything. But have him, all 4 guys, like attack, or all 4 people attack these 4 guys, knock them down, bloody them, injure them really bad, and like just put them out of commission. I mean, Great Khali could be the one who comes back first, and it's mostly, well, he didn't get injured as bad. But kind of do it that way to kind of legitimize my thing. That would help, and especially if they start to form this faction, it would be incredible to do that because legitimize that this faction is dangerous. They will be a force to be reckoned with. But yeah, we got them. They didn't face Second Power Premier this week. They took on they took on Cody Rhodes, so furthering somewhat of a storyline, and Alberto Del Rio. I don't understand. I'll go on a little rant about that later on. Yeah. I don't even remember who. Khali and Big Show won again. Anyway. Yeah. Then later on we got Santino, and who did he face? I forget. I don't know who he faced. No idea. Santino wrestled, I believe. And they announced that he will be facing more matches added to the card. Santino will face The Miz and defend the United States Championship in Extreme Rules preview or pre-show thing right here on YouTube. So definitely we'll try and check that out. That'd be pretty cool. And it should be up for a while, I would assume. It would be up on the YouTube on demand thing for a while. Unless they're just gonna like put it up, take it down. I guess they could do live things now. I think you could do that. Weird. Heard noise. Um, so, yeah. Definitely, I think people have mixed reactions about the whole YouTube thing. I don't know what people think about that. I don't know. That's another topic for another time. Um, I just, it's forgettable. Raw is forgettable this week. I mean, it was good, but like I said, they're not furthering any storylines. Um, another thing worth mentioning is Randy Orton and Kane. Kane basically calling out Randy Orton. Yeah. Yeah, Kane's babbling in the ring, talking about, I'm going to beat Randy Orton at Extreme Rules, Falls Count Anywhere match. And then Randy Orton comes up on the Titantron and says, I got your father, Paul Bearer, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to shove him in the freezer. And Kane basically responds back to say, well, I don't care. He's not really my father. Satan is my father. And I'm like, what? That's stupid. But yeah. And basically, Andrew says that. Andrew says he didn't care if you put Paul Bearer in the freezer. Randy Orton comes out and like they battle for a while and everything. It's craziness. And then later on tonight, woo, Kane goes to the freezer and goes to pull out Paul Bearer and he says, "Oh, you come to save me." And Kane's like, "No, I just want to save you so that no one else could save you back," or something like that. I'll put him back in the freezer. I was like, what the hell was the point in that? He's wasted like 3 minutes. Dumb. Eve gets a new job. She's administrative assistant, something like that, executive administrator, something like that. I don't know what the hell that means. Probably just means a lot of knees time for Eve. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, moving on. She comes out and makes the match between Nikki Bella and Beth Phoenix a Lumberjill match. This Lumberjill match is going to get really shoved down our throats. I'm telling you. Cool concept. I like the cool concept, but Beth Phoenix got fucked up. And a lot of people think it's a work. I don't think it was a work. I don't think it was a work at all. I think there was something that was not planned. And the reason why I know is why would a wrestler sit there with their opponent right in front of them and check their leg? Like, check it to see if they can walk on it. That's what she did. She was shaking it, moving it about, trying to step on it. I don't think it was planned, folks. I think she was going to have that belt for a little bit longer. Yeah. I believe they announced that it was going to be Beth and Kelly before the titles changed hands at Extreme Rules for the championship. Now, I haven't been to WWE.com yet, but I'm assuming that the women's title will be defended at Extreme Rules. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm assuming there's a lot of rumors online that Karma may return, so maybe there might be a triple threat match at Extreme Rules, and Karma will be put into that match by Eve or somebody else. Or maybe Karma will show up and threaten John Laurinaitis on SmackDown. I don't know. There may be more announcement on that on SmackDown just because of the craziness that happened. Maybe that wasn't planned. So I really don't think it was planned. And they'll probably make more announcements about that on SmackDown. It's tonight. There we go. No, it's tomorrow night. I'm all confusing. Not used to being off today. Yeah. Not really much happened. Hornswoggle and Brodus Clay. Brodus Clay is becoming a joke. It started off being all fun and games when they brought Santino into it. Now they got Hornswoggle. That was just ridiculous. Stop it. He is not Flash Funk. He is like a Dusty Rhodes of our time. Like, quit messing with this guy. If you're not going to give him a break, then push him down the freaking superstars or something. Seriously. So this guy is going to have to turn heel in order for anything to happen. And it's going to piss me off because he could be like a huge face right now, with a belt. They need to get a belt really quick. If they don't, then they might as well say fuck it and turn it heel and get rid of the whole freaking gimmick. They can call him Brodus Clay, but he'll turn heel and get rid of the dancers. And dancers will just be, like just valets and stuff like that. I don't think you could have a dancing heel. How would that work anyway? We know we had Disco Inferno, but come on. That doesn't be ridiculous. They had to change his music where he's like a thug or something. Yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't work. Yeah, not really much things to talk about Raw. CM Punk, the breathalyzer. That was really, really funny. Not the breathalyzer. The, what do you call that? Check to see if he's drunk. Well, I can't think of the name right now. It was really funny. Funny segment. Punk tricked, Jericho. It's a pretty good thing. Whoa. Yeah, Punk tricked everybody. It was pretty entertaining. So, I give it to that. That was a pretty good segment. It's one of the best segments we've seen in a while. So, yeah. Push, Alex Riley. Incredible. He got put on there. Check out those models. Those are funky looking. Anyway. Push Alex Riley. I guess a success. He was on TV doing something. He went back with Jericho to check on Punk. There we go. Too many P's. Push Punk or check on Punk. Push Punk. Oh my God. The words are colliding. To check on Punk in the locker room because he said he's drinking. Nobody believed him. I don't know. But hey, it's one thing. Maybe next week he'll be taking on Lord Tensai again in the rematch. God, yeah. If anybody wants to see a really good video about how to push Alex Riley, I found it. Type up. I don't know how I found it. I think it was Push Alex Riley in YouTube. Type in hashtag Push Alex Riley in YouTube. Yeah, the thing that you're watching right now. Anyway, and you'll find a thing about somebody booking Alex Riley as a face or heel. So that's pretty cool. I watched it. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of options for him being face. There you go. I don't have much else to say. I hadn't watched TNA last week. Stopped recording it. Did see the triple threat match at the end of the night. Amazing. Except for the fact that no, it was amazing. I don't care what anybody says. It looked pretty damn amazing. All the people that diss RVD all the time. But he's still got the fans behind him. He can still do most. It seems like, I'll admit, yeah, I was on board for the last times. Everybody was dissing, but they're always like, he's moving kind of slow. It's like, but this time, the match was on Impact. It seems like he lost a little bit of weight. And if he didn't lose weight, he got more into shape. And he was actually able to move at a faster pace than what he normally moved. So, there you go. I think that, it may have been why they take him on TV may have been to get him in shape. Because people were dissing him. People were, not into it. I mean, people were still in RVD. They're going to be in RVD because they want nostalgia. And nostalgia is ECW, and ECW is Rob Van Dam. There you go. If anybody else was out there, if Taz were to jump in that ring and start saying something, they would cheer him. Because ECW, people remember ECW, they miss it, they hate that it's gone. The death of Paul Heyman's little baby was a tragedy to us all. So, everybody misses it. So anybody from that, thing is going to come out in TNA and the people are going to cheer him because it's kind of a small crowd. So people will cheer because they get that ECW atmosphere. I think thinking when these guys get in the ring, like Raven, Sandman. You go back to all TNA days, and they did. Well, this has been all 20 minutes. I think that's quite enough. I'll make more videos if you want to hear more about stuff. But there you go. Thank you. This has been a crazy wrestling review. I'm going to get those pictures ready for the night. So the audio show coming soon. My cat's meowing. I'll go smacking. Bye.